What record did MPJ break last night that dates back all the way to the 1996-97 series? Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for March 22nd. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
Our first Mile High Minute is presented to you by Smashburger. The Nuggets beat the Knicks last night 113 to 111. To 100. 113 to 100. It's a Friday, everybody. I'm excited about it. MPJ moved into first all-time on the Nuggets single season three-pointers made list with 193. Yeah, you heard me say that right. 193. Dale Ellis had that record back in 1996-97 with 192. And there's still 12 games left for MPJ, so that record's only going to keep moving up. Nikola Jokic tallied his 22nd triple-double of the season last night, 30, 14, and 11, and he was one rebound shy of the triple-double in the first 18 minutes. Yes, Nikola Jokic is, in fact, the best player in the world. Moving on to March Madness, my Rams lost. An absolute heartbreak. I should have known. I went back. I changed my bracket. I had Texas originally winning. I went and changed it because my heart was telling me, go for your Rams. Maybe it'll work. But it was a brutal offensive effort. Doomed the Rams essentially from the start as they scored just 11 points in the first half and trailed 27 to 11 at the break. Things did get a little bit better after the intermission, but CSU still fell by a final score of 56 to 44. They got as close as 6 points in the second half. I was hoping maybe there would be a little bit of that Mile High Colorado State magic in there, but ultimately they end up exiting the NCAA tournament. CSU shot just 29.8% from the field, turning the ball over 19 times, even though the Longhorns, they only shot 7% from the three. So already a bad stat there. But Nico Medved, the head coach for the Rams, ultimately went on to say, tonight hurts, not just the loss, but realizing I won't have the chance to coach this incredible group of young men again. Thank you, in all caps, for giving your all, and thank you for how you represented our program and university. Love you guys. Oh, so sad. All right, another March Madness update because there were a few upsets yesterday, and that's honestly the best part of March Madness every single year. If you tuned into Coffee Break yesterday, we did a watch along. We will not be doing it again today, but that's because we have a very special guest who is in Indianapolis. I will get into that at the end of the show. But Michigan State goes on to be the first team to advance to the round of 32, cruising to a 69 to 51 win over Mississippi State in the tournament opener. Then the real big first upset that we can talk about, number 11 Duquesne knocking off number 6 BYU on Thursday, 71 to 67. The biggest one last night that rocked a lot of people's brackets was number 3 Kentucky losing to Oakland 80 to 76. And then the last one for our upsets, number 11 Oregon beat number 6 South Carolina 87 to, I believe it's 57. I want to get that correct. I have 37 written down, but I'm like, I know that's not correct. I know South Carolina did not put up 37. So plenty of good upsets. The brackets will continue on today. So there's always so much. And of course, you have to make sure that you're watching the men and women for CU. This is a huge, massive day for the university. CU will be taking on Florida for the men's side. That is a 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time on TBS. And then make sure you tune in for the women. They are taking on Drake at 5 p.m. Mountain Time on ESPN. We'll switch over to the NFL now because why does the NFL Competition Committee want to change how kickoffs are done? There are two reasons: safety and scoring. So we're going to break down the proposed kickoff changes. So bear with me. There's definitely a lot going on here. But the key elements, the kickoff will remain at the kicking team's 35-yard line. 10 players on the kicking team will line up at the receiving team's 40-yard line or 25 yards away from the spot of the kickoff if there is a penalty. The receiving team will align 9 players at its 35-yard line with 2 players back deep to field the kick. And if the kickoff changes are approved, then we have to look at the touchback changes because those will ultimately change too. So thanks to the introduction of a target zone between the receiving team's 20-yard line and its goal line, the touchback spot will remain the 20-yard line if the ball strikes a receiving team player or the ground before rolling into the end zone. Now, a kickoff that lands in the end zone or is downed after being fielded in the end zone on the fly without bouncing in the target zone will lead to the receiving team starting possession at its 35-yard line. Also, a kickoff that goes out of the end zone will result in the receiving team starting possession at its 35-yard line. Whew, there was so much right there to digest. If you want more information on it, check out denversports.com. Andrew Mason did a wonderful article on it, kind of laying out exactly how everything would be changing. And then another just random push, the tush push, it's not going anywhere for the 2024 season. NFL executive vice president Troy Vincent had confirmed that the controversial play will remain a legal play this season. We had talked about this a few years, probably weeks back now at this point, about how essentially a few NFL teams wanted to ban it. They weren't sure what it was going to look like, but it will be sticking around this offseason and into next season. Now, if you're a Broncos fan, you're a little excited about this one because George Payne is in attendance for J.J. McCarthy's pro day. Michigan had a combine high of 18 invites and also have the largest attendance at their pro day. You might be like, Rachel, why should we be so excited? I thought this was something that, we should just expect. You're not wrong, but a lot of people have started talking about J.J. McCarthy really moving up into the higher draft numbers, right? You got to kind of move into the top 10, if not the top 8, if not the top 5. A lot of people are already saying he's going to go that high. His stock market has just absolutely it's been a roller coaster. First of all, it was really high. I feel like the season, the national championship, it kind of died off. And now here we are back again. And he's really, really being talked about very highly, which is great for JJ McCarthy. But can the Broncos actually move up? That's the question so many people have. And it's a good thing that George Payton is out there because it means that possibly the answer could be yes, and they're working on something underneath their sleeves. So make sure you check out denversports.com. We'll have an article over there about what happened at JJ McCarthy's pro day. Now, Russell Wilson, he sold his house. Yes, he did, in fact, sell his house. So don't expect to be seeing Russell Wilson walking around Denver anytime soon. According to the Denver Business Journal, Wilson and his wife Sierra's Cherry Hills Village home sold for $21.5 million on Wednesday, which is $3.5 million less than what they bought it for in 2022 after being traded from Seattle to Denver. So Wilson's home, while sold at a loss, was the second most expensive real estate sale in Denver history, second to what he bought it at. Again, it's a $20,000 square foot home and that you got for $25 million. Those transactions easily top the third most expensive real estate hit in Denver history, which was $16 million. So the house in Cherry Hills is sitting on 5 acres of land, features 2,500 square foot indoor swimming pool, a basketball court, and a guest apartment with its own kitchen. So a beautiful house that is now off the market for $21.5 million. 9 News and 104.3 The Fan insider Mike Klis is reporting that Luke McCaffrey, will have a meeting with the Denver Broncos at the team headquarters before the NFL draft. The former Rice wide receiver is, of course, the son of Broncos great Ed McCaffrey, and Ed won 2 Super Bowls in the late 1990s with Denver and played 9 seasons overall in the Mile High City. As Klis points out, this is a local visit since Luke went to Valor Christian High School in Highlands Ranch. It won't count against the Broncos 30 overall visits that they're allowed to have with draft prospects before the NFL draft. So Luke caught 71 passes for 992 yards and 13 touchdowns for the Owls last year. That was an improvement on his solid 2022 season in which he went for 723 yards and 6 touchdowns. So McCaffrey could be a 4th or 5th round selection, and a lot of people have kind of mentioned him in that. But hey, the Broncos could use another wide receiver. Let's be completely honest right there, especially if it's a late round draft pick. Luke went on when he was asked at the combine about what it would be like to go back to the Denver Broncos. He eventually said, it'd be awesome. That'd be a dream come true. I kind of grew up in that locker room with my dad playing and then doing broadcasting. So plenty of good stuff. Would you be interested in seeing Luke McCaffrey as a Denver Bronco? Another McCaffrey on the jersey, I would not complain. It is an Avalanche game day. They will be taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 23, 34, and 12 on the season. Hopefully, the Avs are just able to get an easy win at home tonight. 7 p.m. puck drop. Make sure you tune in. And then the last one for your Friday. Who doesn't love ballpark food, okay? Me, I love popcorn. I love hot dogs. I love the pretzels, all of it. The Miami Marlins are giving fans a chance to eat their fill and then some. They are offering a special called All You Can Eat tickets, which gives fans unlimited access to concession stands selling hot dogs, burgers, nachos, popcorns, peanuts, cookies, and sodas. So tickets start as low as $52, but make note that a beer is not included with this. But hey, $52 to eat as much as I want, you can count me in. That's not a bad deal. I wish Coors Field would do that. I'm like, sign me up. I can get a lemonade. Hopefully a lemonade is included with the soda package, but I'm like, popcorn for days? Sign me up. I'll go watch the Colorado Rockies and then, of course, eat my heart out and just drink whatever the heck I want to do. So maybe the Rockies need to follow into the Miami Marlins kind of, advice right there. So plenty of good stuff on this Friday, you guys. I love hanging out with you every single day. I appreciate you hanging out. Want to check out just a few of the comments real quick. This one kind of catches me. Who cares about the rules? Leave it alone. I feel like a lot of people actually care about the rules. When things change, people do for sure get, really frustrated about it, because I feel like we all kind of get in our head of we know exactly how the game's going to play out, and then when things change. But let's be honest, there have been rules that have changed for better. How can we all forget the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes playoff game, and then the next year the rules obviously changed for that reason? I'm personally here for making the game safer. We're seeing so many players who are dealing with health issues after their playing career. So you can eventually make it a safer game. I feel like you got to. I know it's a risk every single time you step out onto the field, but I'm always for improving the game, because we like technology and the science we have. It's always improving. Let's see. Russ sold his house at a loss so he could keep the record of most expensive purchase in Denver history. I don't think Russell Wilson probably cares about that anymore. I have a feeling we're never going to see Russell Wilson back in the Mile High City unless he has to for a football game. But he is still the most expensive homeowner in Denver Broncos history and in Colorado. So that Cherry Hills house, though, real nice. The Marlins know what is up. Yes, they do. How fun would it be? All you can eat tickets. I'm totally here for it. So plenty of good stuff. But we do have one of our very own, Jake Shapiro, is in Indianapolis getting ready for the Buffs to take on Florida today. So come hang out with us at Coffee Break, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to sit down. We're going to see what it's like down there in Indy. March Madness is so much fun. We're not doing a watch long. I really was hoping we could. But to be honest, the fact that Jake is there, we got to take advantage, sit down and chat with him. So plenty of good stuff. I appreciate you, as always, for hanging out with us. And we'll see you at Coffee Break, 12 p.m. If not, I will see you back here Monday morning for another episode of Denver Sports Daily. Bye, everybody.